Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Alan, Part 6, A Devil's Kiss. The next day, I was traveling to work with my bicycle. I was influenced by Alan. I haven't really ridden much bicycle. Uh, I haven't really ridden much, but bicycles are in fact convenient. You can go through narrow streets, and there are rental bikes all over town. I think it'd be cute to share interests and have fit with the person I love. Uh, yeah, no. Being influenced by your partner surely is also a part of being in love. It's a really good exercise too. Using a bicycle is perfect for traveling from ninth Ave to 7th Ave. I'd like to go out and have fun cycling more with Alan. Thinking about that, I continued onward uh, towards work, being cheerful. Love truly is a wondrous feeling. After I watched her go to work, I released a huge sigh. Her dream that I fed on last night, the flavor has changed and it's even tastier.
昨日
Maybe it's because I
キ
finally
スし
kissed
た
her
から
yesterday. Perhaps her love got deeper. The flavor was better than anything I have ever had, and it's getting better day by day. Sheesh,
恋
love
が
getting
深まった
deeper?
とか
What am I thinking? There is no
何
time
バ
for
カみ
this
たいなこと考えたの
because
かよ
that thing is still Cupid's boat was still on her as a necklace. 10 years ago, I became a greater demon and read the book of vanquishing, learning about the truth. It was written that if Cupid fell in love with a human and kissed him, she would lose her divinity and become full human. Oh, so it doesn't work because he's a demon. Furthermore, if she became a human, then the necklace would come off.
やっぱり
It can't
俺
be
じゃダメなの
me
か
because I'm not a human. I'm a demon. Or could it be because it's the love created by Cupid's arrow?
その可能性が
There
あっ
were
たか
too
ら
many unknown factors, which is
キ
why
ス
I
を
held
こ
myself
らえた
back
んだ
for so long. It was no use. I'm not strong enough. Damn it. Even though she's so dear to me, I can't be the one.
とにかく
I need to act
人間と
fast so
恋
that
で
she
きるよ
can
うに動
love
か
a
なきゃ
human. Okay, I don't think it's gonna happen, especially right now with the Cupid's arrow still being in effect. 10 more days until the effects of the Cupid's arrow disappeared. Wow, it's already been 20 days? My time spent with her was fun, but now I need to prepare to guide her to a new love when the arrow's effect wears off.
彼女
But what if it doesn't?
他のパラサイト5に興味を持
She's
って
not
ない
interested
よ
in the rest of the Parasite 5, but I need to have her follow skill at the moment when the effects of the arrow wears off. I mean, I guess you could have her stab herself with another arrow. I don't like this. It'll be fine as long as she's happy with another guy. Denying her that is just selfish on my part. What is important is for her to be well and live happily. But what if she wants to live happily with you, my dude? I gave up on all other wishes long ago. That is why
だから
that is why I will find her true love
彼女の
before she
本
really
当の
thinks that
恋
I'm
の
the
相
one
手を
for
見つ
her.
けるんだ
Oh
彼女
no, Ellen. No, baby. I feel kind of bad for him. Pretty self-deprecating. Today, as usual, I was doing my best advising my clients. Doo-doo-doo. If you need any advice, please contact me.
はい、
Yes,
うまくいったら
if
報
it
告
goes
します
well,
ね。
I will inform you.
ア
I'm
ド
glad
バ
I
イザーさん
discussed
に
with
相
an
談してよかっ
advisor.
た。
You're so much
な
easier
ん
to
だ
talk
か
to
前よりも
lately. I
話しや
hope
すいです
to
し。
speak with you again
ま
soon. Leave it to me. I got you. I got you. I'll figure it out. Like that, work has been going well today. Good, good. I have 5 people getting married this month. My preference has been my performance has been increasing dramatically. And
ねえ、ちょっ
Miss
と
Bugs,
いい？
do you have a minute?
こ
The
の
guy I
間
talked
相
to you
談した
about. I
彼なん
decided
だ
to
け
go
ど、こ
out with him. Really?
ち
Congratulations.
らこそありが
Thank
と
you
う。
so much. It was all
あ
because
な
I
た
asked
に相談し
for
た
your
おか
help.
げ。
I was helping out with my coworkers' love counseling. Surely I'm contributing to the human realm as the real deal Cupid. which means I should be getting my promotion soon. I can finally convince Dad. All right, I'm going to matchmake more couples. I rolled up my sleeves and began working. Everything was going so well, it was scary. Knock on wood. Whew. I was able to make many couples today. After work, I was happily walking down the street. I wanted to hurry and visit Alan using the shared bicycle, but I suddenly had the urge to take it easy, to walk in the breeze and indulge my thoughts. There's no need to spend every waking hour with one's partner. I want to take some time to reflect on today's event. Recently, I've been told that it's easier to talk to me more than before. I was also asked for advice from my coworkers. Being asked for romantic advice much more often than before, thanks to my newfound experience with love. Now that I'm in a relationship myself, people have been appreciating my guidance. I can definitely advise from experience now. Experiencing love oneself is important, even for Cupid. I walked as if I were about to skip. Suddenly, I noticed someone familiar. Alan!
あれ
Hey, what an odd place to
珍
meet
しい
you.
ところで会うね。
Going home? Yes, how about you, Alan?
俺は
I
枕
just
の
finished
配送。
delivering some pillows, my darling.
今届け
As always, he would casually hug me by the shoulders. The old me would have snapped at him for touching me. But now that we're officially lovers, I'm just happy to be with him. How about we have dinner somewhere on 7th Ave tonight? You can just have dessert.
いいね。
Great, let's eat
一緒に
together.
食べよっか。
Hooray! Let's go. Squeezing him close, I look up and secretly beg him for a kiss. Okay. Hey, Alan, I want a kiss. Your coworkers should
同
be
僚
around.
に見つかっても
See.
知らないよ。
I like Alan blushing. It's really cute. I don't mind.
意外と過激だね。
You're more bold than I thought. He chuckled and gave me a light kiss. Geez, which one of us is the demon?
どっちが悪魔なんだか。
You, of course. Let's go to Happy Forest Cafe for dinner. I think you'd enjoy their menu.
へえ、そうなん
Is
だ。
that so? I'm looking forward to
楽
it.
しみだな。
But
でも、
oh, what? Holding my hand, Alan smiled innocently.
マイハニーと食べられる
I'll
なら
only enjoy it because I get to
ど
be
こで
with
も美
you,
味しいよ。
my darling. You're probably right. My loving week with Alan went by without incident. Alan's gonna try something at the end of the 10 days.
ウィンナーコーヒ
I
ー
always
って
thought Vienna
て
coffee
っき
was
り上
coffee
に
with
ソーセー
sausage,
ジが乗ってる
but
の
it
かと
has
思って
cream
た
on
けど
top.
クリーム
I
なんだ
like the
な。
sourness of it.
これ
Alan was learning about more and more types of dishes and cuisine. Thanks to this relationship, I was improving as a bridal advisor, and he was able to feed off of my tasty dreams. You don't have to
そ
rush and
ん
eat
な
like
慌てて
that.
食べなくても
Here you have some on your mouth. I'll wipe it for you. I feel like he's being extra
口の
sweet.
周りにつ
I was occupied with both love and work. A truly fulfilling day in Lost York.
仕事
Looks like your work is going well. I can tell
話
you
を
are
聞い
having
てると
fun just listening to
楽
you
しくや
talk
って
about
るの
it.
が伝わってくるよ。
I honestly feel as though pricking myself with my own arrow was a good thing.
うん
You want this?
これも
Even
欲しい
a
の
real demon can't make the cute
そ
begging
んな
face.
可愛いおねだり顔は
Maybe you really are a
本物の
demon.
悪魔でもできないよ。
Besides, if I can keep him with me, then that would safeguard others' relationship. Plus, my experience with him has been improving my counseling. You wake up, and it was all over. Bum, 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 bum. All right, Bob and Jesse got married. All's going well, it seems. It was another busy day with work and love. I get off early today, and when I do, Alan's going to take me out on a date. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, my interview with cafe starts 5:30. I should head over to the meeting room. I picked up my files, stood up, and began walking towards the elevator. It appears Kathy has two people she likes. When I was checking my files, I noticed the president was there, so I bowed quickly. Mr. Steele, good afternoon.
あ
Oh,
あ、お前
it's
か。
you. In the flesh! The president glanced at me with my files, then made a smile.
今までもだが、
You've
最
always
近
worked hard,
また
but it
特に
seems
よ
you're
く頑
working
張って
even
くれ
harder
ている
lately.
ようだな。
Words
お前の仕事ぶりの
been
話は聞い
reaching
てい
my
る。
ears. Oh, is that so?
なあ、
Yes,
お
you've
客
been
様から
building
の
quite
評
a
判もいい。
reputation with the clients.
親
They're
身で誠
saying
実な対
you've
応をして
been
いるよう
honest
だ
and
な。
helpful.
パ
Yep,
ラサイト5が大会し
I
て
know the
う
situation
や
with
む
the
やにな
Parasite
ってい
5
た
didn't
が、
turn out ideal
昇格の
for
件
your promotion,
改
but
めて
now
検
that
討す
I've
ると
been
しよ
but know that I've been considering it lately. Thank you very much. The elevator going up arrived.
う。では、引
Keep
き
up
続
the
き。
good work.
た
Yes. The president took the elevator up, leaving me waiting for the elevator down. Praise and promise of a promotion from the president. It means my hard work is paying off. I'm so happy. Go, go, Cupid. Go, go, Power Ranger. I smile knowing that I am doing the right thing as Cupid. If I keep it up and get promoted, then I can throw it back in Dad's face. Then I can go back to Celestia. Hmm? Wait, what should I do? If I return to Celestia, I wouldn't be able to see Alan anymore. I don't want that to happen, but maybe I'm only thinking that because of the love caused by Cupid arrow. You're telling me it hasn't been 10 days yet? When the effects of the arrow wears off, how will I feel then? Would I not care that I wouldn't be able to meet Alan ever again? Or will I not want to leave him and resist going back to Celestia? I pull out my phone and check the calendar. There's only one more week left until the effects of the arrow wears off. Okay, so it's only been 3 days. What will I be doing on the last day? Huh? All of a sudden, the world looked like it doubled. I suddenly lost equilibrium. Which way was up? Which way was down? If I don't hold on to something, I'll fall. But I don't know where the wall is. I can't think straight.
おい、倒れたぞ。
She fell.
救急車を呼んで
Is she okay?
ちょっとあ
Someone
な
call
た
the
大丈
ambulance.
夫
Hang
し
in
っか
there.
りして
I can hear people shouting near me. I could no longer stay conscious and, without answering, fell into darkness. Oh, snap. I could hear sounds. Sounds of rustling and people running.
俺が保護者のギルです。すみません。彼女が倒れたって本当ですか？
I'm her friend, Gil. I'm sorry, but is it true that she collapsed at work? I can hear Gil's voice, but I can't open my
ああ
eyes.
特に
Nothing
身
seems to
体
be
に
wrong with
異
her
常
health,
はないようですが
but she's not
どうに
regaining
も目が
consciousness.
覚めなくて
The voice sounded like it was fading. What was happening to my body? Bum. The sounds of cars and people walking were blended together. I couldn't tell how much time had passed. Did Alan do this? I hope not. I hope I don't spend a week in the hospital. When I woke up, I was in my room. Huh?
あ
Katie,
よ
I'm
か
so
っ
glad
た。
you woke up.
目を覚ましたんだね。
How did Gil hear about it? Gil, why are you here?
あなた
You
業
classed
務時
during
間
work.
中にいきなり倒
Don't
れた
you
のよ
remember?
覚えすっごく心配
We
し
were
たん
so
だから
worried. I called Gil
びっ
over.
くりして
Ah,
慌てて
Clarice
ギル呼
called
んじゃっ
him.
たわよ
Clarice? I do remember I was fading out during work. My memory cut off at the moment I thought I needed to hold on to something. I don't think I'd clasped. Sorry for making you worry.
まさか
Oh,
迷
don't
惑だ
worry
なんて
about
思
that.
わな
Are
い
you
よ。
okay though?
それ
The
より
doctor
具合
said
は平気。
there
病
were
院では異
no
常が見つからなかっ
issues.
たんだけど。
I'm okay now. I might have pushed myself too hard at work. I lifted myself up and realized Alan was standing by the wall. Alan, you came.
うん。
Yeah, I heard you collapse.
君が
I was hoping he'd come. I was really worried he wasn't gonna come and be like, be like, cut to Alan, like, standing nearby, like, outside the house. And being like, she doesn't need me. Gil's there. It's fine. Alan's expression was tense. Approaching the bedside, he looked me straight in the face.
倒れた時
You remember how you felt when you
どんな
collapsed? I guessed as he gently cupped my cheek in his hand. Even if, though both Gil and Clarice are here. Um. I was a little puzzled, and that was when Clarice tapped on Gil's shoulder.
ギル、
Gil,
部屋
let's
出まし
go.
ょう。
That seems like a good idea
それが
for her. Gil and Clarice then left the room. Once we were alone, I looked over at Alan. He came rushing after hearing I had collapsed. I couldn't help but smile, feeling loved. It's okay. I was just pushing myself too much. I am fine now. It might have been because my clients are all getting married lately, and I have to process so much paperwork. I think it has to do with your relationship with Alan, but I could still be wrong. Even though I laughed, Alan still looked serious. He checked my pulse and placed his hand on my forehead to see if I had a fever.
確かに
You don't have a fever,
熱は
and
な
your
いな
pulse seems to be fine. See, I'm okay, so don't worry. I laughed again, and Alan looked annoyed.
俺の家に泊まっ
You
て
may
たか
have
ら
gotten exhausted because
疲れ
you
が出たのかも
stayed
しれ
over
ない
at
な
my place. You should rest here for tonight. But then you won't be able to feed on my dreams.
気にしなくていい
Don't worry about that. I'll be okay if I
一
don't
日
eat
ぐ
for
らい
one
食わ
day.
なくて
But if you don't eat, then won't you class too? There was that one night when he didn't eat and he had nearly fallen from dizziness. I suspect that a single meal for an incubus equaled to roughly 3 meals worth, which means that if he doesn't eat a dream one night, it's the same as not eating anything all day. I'm fine. I can go back to your place.
ダメだ
No, both Clarice
ここならクラリ
and
スもギル
Gil
もい
are
る
here. It's times like this. It's better to
こういう
stay in
時は
human
人間の
company.
そばにいた方が
I
いい
can't properly take care of you.
俺には
I'm too inexperienced with how fragile the human body
人間
is. Alan, it was a desperate voice. I can tell he is seriously worried about me. He really is kind. He worried about my health over his own hunger. He mentioned before that he was nicer than most other demons, and he was right. Different from what I read of incubi and demons in literature. Alan is too kind for a demon. That is why I think I'll still love him even after my arrow's effects wears off. I want to know how long she was asleep. Was it just for like a day? For what was expected of his nature, he was caring. He even hates how he has to live. This is true. We've seen that. Yep. That is why I love him. Alan, can you hug me?
Hmm.
Yes. He hugged me with a slight hesitation. A warm happiness. I feel relaxed being held by you. I want to be like this forever. I felt his grip tighten. Surely someone who held me this way wouldn't think of me as just a source of food. I pressed my cheek against his chest and looked up. Alan, I want you to kiss me. If you do, I think it will make me better. So please, I nearly clasped so I can ask for this, right? He considered my request for a moment and then nodded. He leaned his forehead forward and kissed me. I don't necessarily think kissing's gonna make you better, but I could feel a warmth blossoming in my chest just from the feel of his soft lips. I never thought kissing the person you loved would be so exhilarating. But I suddenly got dizzy. Watch
なんだ
out. Ah, is it because it's a taboo? He kept my body from falling. I then realized I nearly collapsed again. Sorry, I was just so happy. Maybe my blood pressure got too high? Oh, snap. Alan didn't laugh. He was looking at me with tight lips.
まさか
Could it be? Huh?
いや
No, you should go to sleep already. Okay, I think I will. When I laid down on the bed, Alan carefully placed a blanket over me.
おやすみ
Good night, Katie.
マイハ
And
ニー
then he disappeared forever. His voice lulled me to sleep just like it usually did when he wanted to feed. Good night, Alan. Please feed on my dreams. Yeah, dude, don't do it. Don't. That's a bad idea right now. Alan's sorrowful gaze was focused on me. And that is when I fell asleep. Even after she went to sleep, I couldn't go away. but I knew I needed to leave. A demon like myself lingering around her wouldn't be doing her any favors. Even as she slept, she looked pale, and it was obvious she was not feeling well. The reason for her sudden fainting wasn't because she was overworking herself. Her divine powers were weakening. I kissed her and took her purity.
だから
That's why her powers as a goddess
神の力が弱ま
weakened.
ったんだ。
Prior to this, there were never any records of a god and demon mating. Sorry, I wouldn't have. Okay, anyways, that's such a odd way of phrasing it. That's why I didn't know. I didn't know that I could defile her soul.
くそ
Damn it. I cursed myself and made a hard fist. How despicable I am when all I'm good for is tainting her. No matter how much I want to save her, I am a poison to her. Kissing her and desiring her and loving her all only drain her life energy away.
俺が
If only I weren't a demon. I don't know how many times I wished this, but I am a demon and that cannot be changed.
だから
This is why I should never have touched
彼
her.
女
I watched her sleep. Her pale, sleeping face is proof of my sin and inability to resist temptation.
だって
I mean,
させ
in
て
your
たまる
defense,
か
she did tempt you. Like, okay, she didn't even tempt you, really. She asked for it. I wouldn't let her become fallen. I don't want her to become something that would feed off of humans. I don't care what happens to me. I just want to protect her. To that, all. Ah! What? No, don't end it there. Last time we pretend. Huh? Morning already? I woke up feeling everything but refreshed. I had a splitting headache, and it took me forever to feel fully awake. I didn't have a dream. Alan was supposed to eat my dream, but maybe he didn't go through with it. I think I recall him saying that he would be fine without a meal for a day. Without warning, the door slowly swung open. I looked towards the door, assuming Alan would be standing there, but instead it was Gil who came strolling through.
あ、おは
Good
よ
morning. Happy
う。
to
よ
see
か
you're
っ
awake.
た。目が覚めたんだね。
I made breakfast
朝
for
ごはん
you.
作ってやるよ。
Thanks, Gil. Gil actually makes yummy food. Gil, you stayed for me?
そりゃ、
I was worried
君
about
が
you.
心配だから。
Don't start simping, Gil. Too early for that. What about Alan? Oh, he
も
went
ちろん
home.
帰った
Of
よ。
course. I see.
起きた？
Did you wake
私
up?
は会社
I'm
行く
gonna
から。
go to work. I'll leave
今日は
you
大
with
事を取っ
Gil,
て
so
休んでね。
you rest
ギル
well
置いて
today.
くから。
Clarice popped in for a second and then left, waving her hand. Gil nodded, and we watched her go.
そうだね。
That's
今
right.
日は
You
ゆっ
need
く
to
り
rest
休
up.
んで。
My work calmed
俺
down a
はちょ
bit,
う
so
ど
I
今
can take
割
care
と
of
仕
you all
事も
day.
落ち着いてるし、一
Gil's
日中
actually a
看病するよ。
sweetheart. I was bummed. I think it was his route that I didn't get all of, so I'm not gonna post it. But it's okay. You don't have to do that. I'm pretty sure I was just tired.
ならなおさら
Then
ダメ
that
だ
means
よ。
you really need
過
to
労
rest.
は侮れ
Don't
ないんだよ。
underestimate
ほら
me.
ほら、君
And
はベ
don't
ッド
leave
から
the
出ない
bed.
で。
I'll bring you your
ここにあ
breakfast. He scolded me for my stubbornness and then left the room. I wonder if she went back to Celestia if she would get better. Gil always makes such a fuss over nothing. Still, I've never clapped like this before, so I guess I understand why he might be worried. I sighed deeply. My head was pounding. I ached all over, and I was pretty sure I was running a fever. I had no idea goddesses could get so exhausted. Of course, only the Daikons have divine knowledge about the gods themselves along with humans. A low-level goddess like me just does what she's told. Celestia is almost like one of those awful corporations I've heard about.
はい、お待たせ。
Ah,
さあ、し
here you
っか
go.
りご
Make
飯
sure
食
you
べ
eat
よう。
everything. Gil came in carrying more food than I could possibly handle. Gil, there's no way I'm able to finish all this.
え
Seriously,
で
I
も
just
ほら、
figured that if
た
you
くさ
had
ん
a big
食べないと
breakfast, it would help you
元気
get
にな
better
らないか
quicker.
な。
Well, I appreciate the thought. I'll eat what I can. He handed me a spoon and I started off with the chicken noodle soup. So good. This is exactly what you need when you're not feeling well. I love chicken noodle soup. It reminded me of the time Gil took care of me the day I was feeling dizzy after Clarice and I had gone out the night before. The gentle combination of flavors from the chicken, veggies, and broth started to warm up my insides. Gil went out of his way to come help me. He always listens to what Clarice has to say. He must really like her to value her opinion so highly. I think he just likes you. He really is the loved one parasite after all. then I have to help deal with his love life. He may not be a member anymore, but he's still my friend. I gently brush my finger across my Cupid bow pendant. Once I'm promoted and prove myself to Dad, maybe I can use my bow and arrow to see if this thing still works. Speaking of which, the effects of that arrow should be wearing off soon. 25 days had passed since Alan first ate my dream. Just 5 more days, and I'll be free from my own arrow's power. Thinking about that might happen on day 30 made me nervous. Will my feelings toward him disappear? I may be Cupid, but I don't really know how my powers actually work. Well, you're about to find out! I wish I could stay in love with him forever. Feeling love for the first time was such an incredible moment. Will Alan keep feeding on my dreams if I stay in love with him? Probably not, because it's killing you. And will he kiss me? Probably not, because it's killing you. I wish that he would. I wonder where he is right now. Well, okay, he probably won't if you stay in love with him because it's killing you. Um, the physical affection is, anyways. But maybe if you fall in love with Gil here, I guess he's probably at work. It is business hours after all. I need to get better soon so I can go and see him. But I just couldn't shake the drowsy feeling I had all morning. Go back to bed. You need sleep. I watched her through the window, but instead of going to her, I made my way to the roof of the building.
回復しない
She
な。
still hasn't recovered. I used my demon's eyes to steal a glimpse of her soul's color. Her life energy had clearly been declining ever since that day. There were no signs of recovery. It's all my fault. I should have noticed the condition her soul was in earlier.
何やってるん
What
だ
the
俺
hell am I
は。
doing?
目の前のあの子
I
に
got
気
carried
を取
away
られて
indulging myself in pointless love affairs.
恋
Why
人ごっ
couldn't
こ
I
に
just
入れ
stay
込んだり
focused
して
on my own goals? Because you love her.
どうし
I've been mimicking humans this whole time. I'm looking at her with human eyes. I never noticed a subtle change in her. It was the kind of anomaly I would have detected immediately if I had made use of my demonic abilities. But I wasn't able to do that, all because of my selfish desire to pretend to be a human while she was around.
今さら人間ぶったと
But there's
こ
no
ろで
point in pretending anymore, is there? I've done enough damage, but there's no turning back the clock. I've sinned enough to be considered a greater demon at this point.
ど
How
うす
can
れ
I
ば
help
治
her
るん
get
だ
better? I thought if I left, that would take care of it. But in the end, even that failed. I'm completely worthless. Okay, dude, it's only been a day. Nothing has changed since the time she was in college.
あの頃
I should have put more effort into
Gil to
getting
恋
Gil
人
to
に
get
させる
closer
と
to her. But I just couldn't do it. I always felt like I was too tainted to be near her. So sometimes I would manipulate others to make the two of them become closer. I set incidents in motion, hoping they would force the two of them into each other's arms, but nothing happened. She was tougher than I thought. She clearly had no interest in falling in love. So time went by and nothing changed. And now the end has come. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Normally there'd be more time even after the effects of Cupid Arrow expired. But I've feasted on her power too much. I got too close to her. So now we're all out of time. She should have had another 400 years. Instead, it's all about to end.
キューピッドの矢の
The
効果
arrow
が切れ
will
るの
wear
は
off in 3 days, and when that time
Atomic.
comes, I'll have to enact my final plan. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but I have no other choice. What's his final plan?
彼女自身を
If I want to kill a goddess. Is he talking about killing me? A few days later, I think I might be feeling better. I did a quick evaluation after I finished the breakfast that Jill had made me.
よかった
I'm so glad
顔
you
色
look
も
much
だいぶ
better
良くな
now.
ってきたね
I remember there was one time I got sick, and I'm pretty pale already naturally. I'm not. So when I got sick, I got like ghostly white. I remember after I got better and I went to church, everyone's like, "Oh, you look so much better. You don't look ashen and ghostly white, like drained of all color." And I was like, "Thanks, thanks." I think I'll probably be able to head back to work tomorrow. You have a meeting today, right? Don't worry about me.
まあそうだ
Yeah,
けど
well, yes, but I am worried about leaving you
君を
alone.
一人
I'm okay, I promise. You saw me devouring breakfast, right? And I've got leftovers for lunch if I get hungry. I'll take it easy today, I promise, okay?
そっか
Okay, well
な
then,
ら
I'll be going
うん
then. I'll return
行
by
かせて
dinner
もら
though.
おうか
Okay, have a good day. Despite my reassurance, he couldn't stop himself from checking the fridge to make sure. But finally, he managed to go out the door. I couldn't help but sigh as at his constant need to fawn over me. I wonder if he's so in love with her partially because of Alan. I wish he'd relax once for once. I probably could have gone into work, but since I had a fever the night before, I decided to call in sick just to be safe. After class being at work, it's only natural everyone's worried about me. But all I wanted was to get back to work. As long as I was stuck at home, I couldn't stop myself from thinking about Alan. I wonder what he's doing right now. He didn't come to see me once the entire 5 days I was sick. I thought maybe he had stopped by while I was sleeping, but when I asked Gil, he said we hadn't had any visitors. I guess he must be really busy. I touched Cupid's bow pendant. The arrow influence is set to wear off today. Imagine it'll happen tonight at the same time that I shot it originally. All I wanted was to be with Alan when that moment happened. I wanted to see if it would wear off. I wanted to know if my feelings would really change. And if my love for him did still remain, I wanted to be able to tell him so. At that moment, the doorbell rang. I thought it might be Gil, so I opened the door and my heart leapt up into my throat. It's Alan! Standing before me was my one true love.
いや
Alan! Hey, how are you feeling?
具合はどう
Much better now. I'm glad you came by. I hugged him and breathed in the scent of the one I loved. It was the scent of a man, the scent of my first.
顔色は
I guess you look
悪くないね
okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much just slept for 5 days straight. So I'm okay now. I took today off just in case. Alan? I tried to assure him I was fine, but he didn't seem to believe me. He probably thinks I'm still sick and I'm trying to hide it. Really, you don't have to worry about me. I'm sure I'll be able to head back to work tomorrow.
そっか
I see. In that case, do you think you'd be able to leave the
じゃあ
house
さ
today? You want me to?
あ
I do. The effect wears off tonight,
今
right? I
夜
was
には
hoping we
効
could
果が
go
な
on
くなるだ
one
ろ
last
う
date. One last date because the arrow's effect will disappear tonight. Alan obviously hadn't forgotten exactly how much time we had left. In that moment, I kind of wished he had forgotten. That way, maybe I could convince myself that the effect wasn't gone. I thought that if I continued to love him, even after today, he could keep feeding on my dreams. But he remembered, which meant our love would come to an end that night. Alan, thank you. I'd like nothing more than to go all around the city with you. If today is all we have left, then I want to see all of Lost York.
ロサン用苦
All
渋
of Lost
か
York? In that case, I should go get
じ
my
ゃあ
car.
車
No, I'd rather go on a bike ride together.
病み上がりだろ
But you just got over being sick. Maybe, but if this is our last day together, I don't want anything to hold us back. I want to see all your expressions and reactions that I've missed these past 30 days. After all, this might be our last day together, right? I really did want to see as much of the city with him as I could. I held his gaze, and after a moment, he gave a small nod.
わかった
Okay, if that's what my darling wants. We rented a pair of bicycles and began our journey around Lost York. First off, the museum. We never actually we'd never actually been to the museum together. We parked our bikes and went inside. The last time I was here was with Rule. I felt like I'd probably have a different experience this time. Oh, definitely.
へ
So this is what the inside of the
え
museum
美術
looks
館
like.
って中はこうなってるんだ
It feels almost
神
sacred.
々しい
There
雰
are
囲気だ
paintings
ね
of all different kinds of gods. Look, there's a painting of a demon. This seems to be a pretty popular theme for humans. Maybe it's a painting of you.
いや
I
そ
highly
れは
doubt
ないと
that.
思うけど
Oh, look at that! It's that painting by Bodasila. Doesn't Mom look amazing?
ふん
Look a painting of you naked.
君の絵もあるよ
What? It doesn't really look like
で
you
も
though.
君の
Your
裸とは
legs
似
are
ても似
longer
つか
and
な
you
いね
have way bigger.
だってもっと足も
Oh,
長い
she's
し
talking about the
出る
little
とこ出て
flying. What? Not so loud. You're embarrassing me. We talked about silly everyday things and wandered through the museum just like any other couple. There were paintings of terrifying demons and defying gods. At least I'm assuming he was talking about the little flying angel. There were always also paintings of humans and beautiful landscapes. Together, we took them all in. Gonna go get boba? After enjoying everything the museum had to offer, we went to the Lost York Park in search of food. In the park, we brought lunch from a hot dog cart. After we finished, we found a stand selling bubble tea, so we each got a cup. So good. Can't believe you were the one who
君
said
から
bubble
食べたい
tea.
って言
You
うな
must
んて
really love it now.
でも
I'm
さっ
glad
き
you have your
昼食
appetite
取っ
back,
たば
but
っ
are
か
you
りな
sure
のに
you're okay? Not feeling sick to your
食
stomach?
後少しでも体調
Let me
が
know
悪
if
か
you
ったら
start feeling sick again.
すぐ
Yeah, I'm fine, I swear, but thank you for worrying about me. Besides, this is your favorite, right? I just wanted to enjoy some together with you. It's kind of sour, but I like it.
だろ
Right? I'm glad you've come to
この
enjoy the
酸味の良
sourness.
さが
Actually, bubble tea is really sweet. But I didn't feel the need to tell him that. It was enough for me to have a secret about him that only I knew. I saw it as proof that I was the only one who really understood him, so I decided not to correct him. After all, we're in love, right? No, I think you should still correct him. It's really natural to want to keep all of our lovers secret to yourself, right? You have what, maybe a few more hours left? After we finished our bubble tea, we came to the main stretch of 7th Ave. We noticed a furniture store and prattled on like a couple of newlyweds.
あ
Hey,
今
mind
の
if we
店
check
ち
this
ょっと
place
見ていい
out? This one here?
ああ
Yeah, don't you think
このイーグル
that
のライト
eagle
俺
lamp
の部屋
would
に
be
合うと思
perfect
わな
for
い
my place? You think so? But don't you already have an eagle lamp or some kind of bird lamp at least?
あ
Oh,
あ
that's
あれはフラ
a
ミンゴだよ
flamingo. It's actually a
結
little
構
too
ライト
bright,
が明
so
るかったか
I've
ら
been
さ
on looking for
少し
something a little
抑
more
えたものが欲しかったんだよね
subtle or subdue. I see, but the flamingo lamp is so cute. Everything gets all pink when you turn it on. Maybe you could put them together. I think that would be super adorable.
でも
Wouldn't
そ
that
れ
be
じゃ
too
あ
bright
眩しすぎ
though?
るだろ
You'd probably have a hard time falling asleep. Realizing what he was saying, Alan just looked at me. The effects would wear off today, so we wouldn't be spending any more nights together. Yeah, I think
い
you're
や
right. They'd be really cute together.
そう
I
だね
don't want to carry it around, so I'll
並
come
べて
back
もい
another
いかも
time.
あっちのアクセサリー屋行
Why
っても
don't
いい
we go check
俺
out that jewelry store
ピ
over
アス
there? Yeah, let's go. I was hoping to stop in there myself. Maybe I can find something that looks good on me. We both stuffed our feelings down and just went on as if we were a normal happy couple. But the moment when we couldn't pretend anymore was fast approaching. We realized that discussion of any possible future together was off limits. I wish I could just sleep in Alan's room tonight, tomorrow night, and the night after that. That's what I wanted to say, but I'd much rather express those feelings in a more romantic situation. So I bid a farewell to the eagle in my heart, and we walked on. Alan motioned for me. Alan mentioned following me. Alan mentioned me falling asleep without thinking because I'd gotten used to falling asleep in his bed every night. But that wasn't going to happen anymore, so he had to swallow his words. And in doing that, I could feel his compassion for me. I truly love him. Loved that his kindness towards me came so naturally. Little moments like this are how shared histories are built. But I knew it just meant tonight would be even more painful. Alan, if I tell you that I love you tonight, will you believe me? Will we become true lovers? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Sorry. After all that, we arrived at the local amusement park. I couldn't help asking to come here. I'd always wanted to visit an amusement park with someone I liked.
コンスタンティン
The
の
House
館
of Constantine or the
本
Haunted
当
Manor.
だ
Grab a shotgun and take all out those quarter breeze demons before they reach
シ
you.
ューティングゲーム
Shooting him,
か
huh? I've never heard of a demon called
クォ
quarter
ーターブリー
breeze
ズなん
though.
て悪魔聞いたこと
So we get to fight a bunch of demons that not even a fellow demon has heard of. Isn't that exciting? Let's try it.
君
Are
怖
you
いの
sure
平気
you're
なの
okay with scary stuff like this? Sure, as long as I've got you by my side.
ま
True, I guess there's not much to be afraid of when you got a
本物の悪魔が
literal demon by your
Listen.
side. We kept joking around with each other as we checked out the other attractions. But even while we were having fun, he still kept asking if I was okay and made sure to take lots of breaks while we walked.
ほら
Here, I got you
ジュースを
some
買ってき
juice.
た
Do you
から
want to take a break? Thank you, Alan, but we already took a break earlier, so I'm fine to keep going.
ああ
Oh,
人間は
Cupid
確
is
か
like the
塩気
like
のある
salty
ものが
fruits,
いいんだっ
right?
け？
Why don't we go get some popcorn?
ああ、いやでも食べ過ぎか。
But
さ
maybe
っき
that's
も
too
バ
much
ブルティー飲ん
food.
だし。
We already had bubble tea.
うん、でも飲んでか
That
ら
was like
も
three
う
hours
3
ago.
時
How
間が
often
経
do
過して
humans
るか。
get hungry? What about you? Are you
うん。
hungry? You're starting to act like Gil. It's fine. I'm feeling really good right now. Maybe, but I can't help
で
it.
も
I feel like you might disappear any
心
second.
配なの。
You worry too much. I'm not going to just suddenly take off back to Celestia out of nowhere. Alan had been holding my hand tight the entire time as though he might lose me in an instant. Poor Alan. He looked so dejected. Hey, let's go ride the roller coaster. I've always wanted to give it a try. Without warning, I felt my legs start to buckle. I was about to clap. Hey, are you okay? Ooh, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened. I just felt faint all of a sudden. Alan pulled me to him tightly, his lips a thin line of worry. You're so warm. So are you. I buried my head in his chest and heard him let out a pained sigh.
本当に。
Is this really it? Huh?
いや、
Nothing.
なんで
Never
もない。
mind. Listen, why don't we skip the roller coaster and
ほら、
go find a cafe to sit
そ
down
れより
at
ジェット。
instead? What? Come on, I'm fine.
今倒れそうに
You
なった
nearly
ん
clapped.
だ。
You really
無茶は
shouldn't
や
push
めてく
yourself
れ。
so hard. Come on, let's go.
ほら。
Kind of with Alan here. Alan took my hand and led me away. Why is he being so overprotective today? The whole time I was sick and sleeping it off, he never came to see me once. Yeah, because he can't. This is a romance that'll definitely end in tragedy if not careful. We arrived at the beach just as the sun started to set. We returned our bikes to the rental shop and strolled down the beach hand in hand. We didn't have a destination in mind. We were just walking. The sand felt nice beneath my feet, but also made me a little sad. The sunset is so beautiful.
あ、
Yeah, I had an amazing time today. Thank you, Alan.
それはよかった。
I'm glad to hear that. His hand gripped mine even tighter. His warmth pierced my heart. Sunset, which meant he's almost sunset, which meant it's almost time for Cupid's arrow to wear off. I had an early shift that day, so I would have to shoot an arrow around 7 p.m. Oh, I would have shot the arrow around 7 p.m. When night falls and the time comes, I'll turn back into a Cupid that doesn't know love. Maybe not. How am I going to feel about him once the arrow influence disappears? I'm terrified of finding out. I wish that time had never had to come. That's why I'm talking to him as if I've moved on. I just want to tell him to forget all of it and keep going the way we have been. So, Alan, what do you want to eat tonight?
夜食？
What, for dinner? Yeah, let's eat somewhere really amazing. Like hamburgers or fried chicken or a nice big steak sounds good too, don't you think? You want
ずい
something
ぶん
with
がっつり
some
したものがいい
substance,
んだ
huh?
ね。
Since I've just been eating sick food the last few days, I want something that'll give me some real energy.
そっか。
I see. Well then, let's get something make
そう
that'll
だ
make
ね。
you as happy as possible. I could hear a slight tremble in his voice. It was telling me that the moment would never come. I couldn't think of anything to say in response. I couldn't keep pretending. Maybe because our time was so short now, anything we said about the future seemed to carry that much more weight. Maybe he thinks that as soon as the arrow wears off, I'll vanish from his side. I should make a proper declaration of love. I should tell him that even after the arrow's influence is gone, I won't ever stop loving him. I glanced up at the horizon and saw a warm, wistful sunset staring back at me. For some strange reason, seeing that made my chest tighten up. It reminds me of better times I wish I could return to. I feel like I've seen something like this before when I was with. Huh? Ow. The odd vision that had just shot through my mind left me with a sudden splitting headache. What was that? The place I saw. Where was it? A memory of a place I didn't recognize at all. And then a feeling that I had forgotten about someone important, a person close to me, a person that had always been by my side.
なあ、
Katie. Alan had stopped walking, and he pulled me close to him. I turned to him, and he was bathed in light of the sunset. Huh? For a split second, I thought I saw another person layered on top of him. And in that moment, what? Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Did he just stab me? What? Did homeboy just like straight up stab me with a what? My breath catches in my throat, and a burning sensation spreads throughout my body. A violent surge of pain, and the loss comes floating out of me. I feel something within my chest, something that shouldn't be there. I'm too afraid to look down and see what it is, but I can't ignore such an alien sensation. I look down. There's a knife sticking out of my
ごめん。
chest. I'm sorry. I had no
もう、
other choice. Why?
これは
The demonic artifact is
悪魔の道
designed
具
to
だ。
consume souls. Ellen's eyes are glowing, yeah, as if in a dream. They look as if they're about to
ごめん。
cry. I'm so
俺
sorry.
が
I took your powers from you.
悪魔の俺
I'm a
が
demon and you're a goddess, and by growing close
神
to
である
me, you
君
shorten
を
your
抱いたりした
lifespan
から。
to just 1 year. My life? I was going to die next year? That's what I want to ask him, but I'm unable to form the
こ
words.
のままキューピッ
If
ド
you
でいれば
continue on us, Cupid, your soul will eventually
君の
disappear.
魂は
Which is
消滅す
why
る。
he pushed the knife further into me. A bizarre pain I've never felt before courses through my
だか
body.
ら
I had to do this.
ご
I'm
めん。
sorry. Is he trying to preserve my soul? With a knife still between us, Alan pulls me to him and kisses me. The kindest, the cruelest kiss you could possibly
ご
imagine.
めん。
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait,
ごめん。
wait. Do I have another name that I don't know about? I mean, I think I do. I have a theory that I'm psych, but I'm not sure. Well, not that I'm psych, but that MC is psych. I know he said a name, but I couldn't hear it. Rain began to fall. No, not rain. It's just tears. It's the first time I've ever seen Alan cry. He's always had a sad, lonely look in his eyes, but he's never shown any real emotion in front of me. So I could never tell what he was really thinking. After the error's effect had worn off, I had so many questions I wanted to ask him, so many thoughts and feelings to share with him. And now here he is, crying. But I couldn't speak to him anymore. I couldn't even breathe. Alan, why do you always look at me with such sadness? Why did we become lovers? Was it purely on accident? Why do you always say my soul would disappear? Why wouldn't you ever say anything to me before now? My mind is fading. The world is turning black. I can't move my fingers. My breath has gone still. It's time to say goodbye, but the words are beyond me now. Alan. Hey, Alan. Did we meet somewhere once before? Well, I figured he would try to kill me, but damn. Oh my gosh, that isn't quite what I was expecting. That's for sure. Um, with that, that wraps up Alan Tried to Kill Me Part 7 and took MC Soul. Oh wow. That's wild. In part 8, we'll hopefully find out what happens. It looks like we'll get it from Alan's side rather than MC. So as always, remember to eat some food, get some sleep, and drink some water because you are important. And so it's your health. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye!